What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Hate Eternal, entitled Infernus. This is released on Season of Mist. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of St. Petersburg, Florida, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, ancient, and extreme style of death metal. Yeah. Hate Eternal is the love child project of vocalist, guitarist, songwriter, producer, engineer, all-around badass Erik Rutan. You may best know him for his prior works with bands such as Ripping Corpse and for his time with Morbid Angel. He is a very gifted and talented musician. But later on, towards the 90s, we got a glimpse at a new band that he was concocting, that band being Hate Eternal. And throughout the last 15 plus years or so, his project has been putting out some very interesting and unique sort of death metal records. Not only putting in a lot of hard work, but also working with a great multitude of musicians that are very well noted within the metal world. You have notable names like Doug Cerrito, Tim Young, Derek Roddy, even Sean Kelly, his former Ripping Corpse bandmate, and Alex Webster of Cannibal Corpse. Just a who's who of people that were involved in this project. It's just very unique. But the body of work that Hate Eternal has been putting out has been very, very solid. I really enjoy the first couple of albums that this band put out, 1999's Conquering the Throne and 2002's King of All Kings. But 2005, I feel, is where Hate Eternal was best shown and represented with their album I Monarch. Beautiful artwork, beautiful musicianship, just very straightforward, punishing, straight-to-the-point death metal. And I really believe that I Monarch proved that to be the quintessential Hate Eternal record, in my opinion. The next couple of albums down were pretty solid too. Fury and Flames in 2008, and the most recent full-length that come out from them, 2011's Phoenix Amongst the Ashes. A lot of fluctuation within band members. Of course, this band could either be a 4-piece or a 3-piece, but regardless of which, they still know how to create heaviness. And when word got out that there was going to be a brand new Hate Eternal record, I was very intrigued and interested to see what was going to go on. This time around, they brought in a drummer by the name of Chasen Westmoreland. You may know him best for his work with the band Burning the Masses, but also for his work doing live stuff with bands such as Enfold Darkness, Oceano, Fallujah. Just a very talented young dude, and really gifted in what he brings to drumming. And I was curious to hear how his drumming would work with such seasoned veterans like Erik Rutan and JJ Ruvacek. I wanted to hear the complete finished product, and now here we are with their 6th full-length album entitled Infernus. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 45 minutes in length. And after giving Infernus multiple repeated listens, I can safely say that this album not only shattered any expectations that I could have had, but it exceeded them almost. This really does feel to me like a Hate Eternal record from early on. Not so much the current Hate Eternal sound that we've been hearing on previous records, but somewhat of a trip back to the earlier days of this band. I get a lot of those vibes when I listen to this album's production and overall presentation, but I still think that this is one of the heaviest things that Hate Eternal has ever put out. And I'm really happy and satisfied with what's being presented on here. I mean, not to mention the beautiful artwork that's being shown here. It really does feel like, once again, like I said, a return to the earlier days of Hate Eternal. But let's get right on into the midst of things with the musicianship. The musicianship is as on point now as it ever has been. I really love the way that these guitar riffs sound. Very awesome riffs, very technical, very buzzing. I love the way that they're represented on here. You hear it on tracks like Locust Swarm and Pathogenic Apathy. Just some amazingly well-structured guitar work going on here. Very regal, very powerful sounding. I love the way that these riffs are. Even a track like La Tempestad, I love the veracity the ferocity going on with that song. It's just really insane, the level of guitar mastery that's being represented on that song in particular. The riffs are awesome, great leads. I love the solos, very frantic and chaotic, just like the last couple of Hate Eternal records have been, but I think there's a lot more conviction and passion being represented on here with the guitar work. Also, like the previous Hate Eternal records, I think the bass guitar work is very prominent and very loud in the mix. Not too loud to the point where it's grating or distracting, but I think this bass tone is very incredible. I love the way JJ's bass guitar sounds, very audible and clear. You can hear every string being plucked and done and riff delivered to near maximum perfection. I love this bass guitar performance on here. It's really fun to listen to. When it comes to the drums, the drum performance feels very much alive. Of course, I already miss Sneto, the Jade Simonetto. He was a really great drummer for the last couple of records, but here on this album, it's just so much fire being done here with the drum work. Nothing but, I mean, you're going to get a pure blast fest going on here. Lots and lots of emphasis on Tommy Knocker double bass, fast blast beats, great fills. This guy's drumming is very much fiery all the way throughout. I love how he continues to have such stamina and endurance for delivering such fast drumming being represented on here. It's almost exhaustive to say the least, but you get into it, you enjoy it, and that's the kind of great work I hear when it comes to this drum work. It's fantastic. And when it comes to the vocals, this is a much different vocal style, I would say, for Erik Rutan this time around. He has a very recognizable sort of voice and growl, very understandable, very well worded, very articulate sounding for his growls. I really think it's awesome to hear him do the vocal style that he does here. It's not too crazy sounding. It feels a little bit calmer this time around, but still a lot of heart and will and passion being represented from Erik's vocal stylings. I love what's being done here with Infernus. Just some really awesome vocal passages going on here. Love the style, love the intensity. It's a very intimidating vocal performance by Erik Rutan, and I really think that he does tremendous work here. So overall, as far as as far as where this would lie in Hate Eternal's discography for me, I definitely think this beats the last two out of the water. I don't know if I could say this is better than I Monarch, but it could possibly be in my view. This is really one of the best things that Hate Eternal has put out in a very long time, and I'm very happy to hear that this record sound as marvelous and amazing as it does. I really love the production job, I love the artwork, I love the lyrical content. It really is a fun Hate Eternal record. It's a fun death metal record, if you will. If I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Locust Swarm, Pathogenic Apathy, La Tempestad, The Chosen One, Order of the Arcane Scripture, and the closing track, Oh Majestic Being, Hear My Call. Just amazing stuff overall. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to the Hate Eternal Run Bandcamp page, where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is available on multiple physical formats. It is, I believe it's available on CD, 12-inch vinyl, cassette tape. The version that I showed you in this video is the limited Digibox version. This is the big Digipack version. Open it up, you have the CD, you have a little download card for high quality audio, you have a booklet in here, really glossy little Digipack going on here. And then of course it comes in this really big huge box. Season of Mist have been on fire with these box releases. Very good box. You have a woven embroidered patch going on here, and here's one of the kickers of this entire package. You get this really gigantic flag. You get this giant flag of the Hate Eternal Infernus artwork. Very beautifully done flag. I love the way this flag came out. I don't really think I have room for it because my room is pretty much draped with flags everywhere, but I'll have room for this one eventually. But this is a really awesome flag and a really awesome package overall. So if you're a fan of Hate Eternal, go check it out and support this. So let me show you the album again. This is Infernus by Hate Eternal. This is released on Season of Mist. Check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Very solid Hate Eternal release. I think this is one of the best things they've put out in a very long time. If you've heard this album, let me know what you think of it and where you think it stands in Hate Eternal's discography. So, I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.